Hello and welcome to my first thesis writing video. My name is Melitza and today I'm going to be kind of discussing what I'm planning for today as well as what I'm planning for the next week/month. So I have a little bit over a month to finish writing my thesis. However, I have a presentation that I have to do on the information that's in my thesis in about 2 weeks. So I am going to set a little challenge for myself and finish my thesis in a week. And the reason that I'm doing this is to give myself a lot of time to revise everything and redo it if I need to. The second reason is that I have most of the information that I kind of need. So even though I haven't actually sat down to write as much, I have looked at it and analyzed my data, and so I have all of these notes that I literally just need to put together. I also have an introduction that I wrote a few weeks back, and I am going to be using that as well. Although it definitely needs revisions because my project has slightly changed and narrowed down. So I have collected a bunch of papers over the past year or two, and I've collected them all in Mendeley. Mendeley is not my favorite citation tracker. Okay, so let me just explain really quickly why I am not the biggest fan of Mendeley. So here's the introduction that I worked on about 2 or 3 months ago, I think. And I am trying to change the format right now so I could copy and paste it to a different document, and look what happens. But it is the best that I have at the moment, unfortunately, so that is what I'm going to continue using. If you're wondering how to find different papers, I actually have a video on that I will link down below. So now for the juicy part, what is the plan? I plan today to go over that introduction that I wrote a few months ago and to fix it up. So I already have most of the sources, and honestly, the introduction is going to be the most source heavy or the most paper heavy part because it is really providing a lot of background information. Since this is supposed to be written as a primary paper as opposed to a review paper, most of the information that comes after the introduction will be based on the things that I did in the lab and the information that I've collected, which means that I don't really need to reference other sources as much. I will of course need it to corroborate certain ideas and certain pieces of theory. However, it's not like a review paper because in a review paper, every single sentence practically needs a source to go along with it. Tomorrow, my plan is to go over my methods. The methods section shouldn't take too long because honestly, I only used a few different methods. Next, for the results and the discussion, they are separate. So each of those I'm gonna give myself about 2 days to do. What I found with writing papers is a lot of the time the results and the discussion section go so closely together that while you're writing one, you're basically writing the other. After that, I will give myself 1 day for the conclusion. The good thing about the conclusion is that it tends to be one of the shorter sections in the paper, and also it is basically recapping what we said in the introduction, adding a few sentences from the discussion, a few of the main points. Then I will give myself 1 day for the abstract. So today's Tuesday, and that means that by next Tuesday, I should be done my first draft. After that begins the review process. So without further ado, let's get started.